additives.
Yeah, that's part of it, yeah. Not a big focus on additives today. I'm focusing mostly on foods and as they relate to brain health. Like I was saying, today will be on brain health, next week will be gut health, the following week will be heart health, and the last week will be cancer-causing foods and additives. Okay, I'll start by telling you I'm not a doctor.
No.
So nothing I say should be taken as medical advice. I'm also not owned by the big pharmaceutical companies or the big food companies.
Amen.
So it's just my opinion based on lots of real science, real research, and real studies. And again, we're focusing on foods and substances that directly damage our brain and mental health. What do you suppose I'm going to start with?
Sugar.
Sugary drinks. Yes. Sugary drinks include especially soda, sports drinks, energy drinks, and one you might not like to hear, fruit juice. Fruit juice in moderation is okay, but if you down 12 ounces of fruit juice, it's almost as bad as downing a Coke as far as the sugar content goes. So just keep that in mind when it comes to fruit juices. High intake of sugar soft drinks increases your risk of diabetes, heart disease, cavities, as well as negatively impacting the brain. Study was done and found participants who consume, there was a large group study done back in, I think this was 2023. They had a large group study and they found that the portion of the group that used the least amount of sugar when compared to the portion of the group that used the most amount of sugars had it, let me see. The ones that used the less amount of sugar were 2 times less likely to have dementia and Alzheimer's issues. So if you want to increase your chance of getting dementia and Alzheimer's by 2, at least, keep eating that sugar. A major offender in this is high fructose corn syrup. Some studies have shown high fructose corn syrup, high intakes of it, particularly from sugary soft drinks, can negatively impact the hippocampus, which is part of your brain responsible for learning and memory. Over time, this also increases the risk of developing cognitive conditions like dementia. Alternative drinks, obviously, unsweetened teas, vegetable juice instead of the fruit juice, and water. Anybody hear that stuff? If I don't hustle, I'm going to go way over my 5 minutes. Probably will anyways.
That's okay.
Okay, let's move right on to refined carbohydrates. What are refined carbohydrates? Sugars, highly processed grains, white flour. These are examples of the wrong types of carbohydrates, actually. When eaten in large quantities, these foods have a high glycemic index. Similar foods that are high in these kinds of sugars do affect your brain function. Refined carbohydrates also affect the gut-brain axis, causing inflammation in the body including the brain. These effects have been shown to affect your ability to think and increase the risk of anxiety and depression. Common examples: pastries, cookies, white bread, bagels, white rice. I look at my Filipina back there.
I'll just take them home.
Okay. Try to eat more whole grains. Try to eat your food as much as possible in its natural state, the way it was when God made it. Again, as much as possible. All foods are not able to be eaten that way, but as much as we can. The next category is foods with high trans fats. And I'm just going to read this whole thing real quick, because this is really important. It's an area that we fail in very often. Trans fats are the type of unsaturated fat that may negatively impact brain health. While trans fats occur naturally in animal products like meat and dairy, these are not a major concern in this case. It's industrial produced trans fats, also known as hydrogenated vegetable oils, that are the problem. Seed oils come into play a lot here, and they are very bad. These fats include, and see if any of you use these at home, shortening, margarine, frosting, snack foods, ready-made cakes, prepackaged cookies. Did I hit on anything yet? Research shows that consuming trans fats often negatively impacts memory and word recall in people younger than 45 years old. So it's not an age thing. If you're eating a lot of these kinds of fats, it will affect you no matter how old you are or how young you are. It's important to note that all fats are not bad. We need some fats. One in particular that affects the brain is omega-3 fatty acids, which are found in fish and can protect against cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Increases the secretion of anti-inflammatory compounds in the brain that can have a protective effect on the brain. Ultra-processed foods. We know what they are, right? Chips, sweets, deli meats, hot dogs, chicken nuggets. Just real quick, the deli meats, hot dogs, and chicken nuggets are something I used to eat a lot of when I was in my early 20s. And so I spoke with a new friend that I found at that particular time. He was a naturopathic doctor and also a Seventh-day Adventist. And he said, well, the smartest thing you could do would be to become a vegetarian and stop eating all the sugar. So I did that. I had gone to a doctor because of all the pain I was having in my joints, and he had said I had early onset rheumatoid arthritis and rapidly increasing. And within weeks, not months, but weeks, I was pretty much pain-free. And I never got rheumatoid arthritis. So that tells you that for the most part we're on the right track.
Yes.
However, other foods that fall into this category are things like instant noodles, microwave popcorn, store-bought sauces, ready-made meals, frozen pizza, and fake meats. The last one I emphasize for our own benefit here, because if we eat too much of those things, they are highly processed and they can have a very adverse effect on our, especially brain health. gonna skip over some stuff, because I know I'm over my 5 minutes.
We'll find
One of the most important things that I can try to convince you to do is read your labels. Well, let me ask you this. If I walked into the lunchroom and I had a big mound of food on a plate, and I said, here, try this, and you looked at it, but you didn't recognize what it was, what would you say to me? What's in it, right? So you would say that to me, so you trust the mega food companies who make billions of dollars off you every year more than you trust me?
That's the bioengineered foods.
Think about it. I know that's kind of a loaded question, but still, it's very true. We need to think about who we trust and read those labels. And sometimes even reading the labels won't find everything. Another big one, and I'm almost done, is aspartame. Aspartame contains some things that I can't pronounce, and methanol and aspartic acid. So you're eating methanol and acid. Can that be good? And yet they put it in our foods.
It's outlawed in Europe.
Yes, it is.
I had a doctor once tell me that aspartame is used in fermenting body parts.
Yes.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's enough to come down.
Just
It-
aiding the system.
Yeah. It causes learning difficulties, irritability, anxiety, stress, depression, and other things. I have 7 things. Number 6 is the most obvious one, alcohol. Just keep in mind, however, that if you eat an excessive amount of sugar, what's it turn into? Alcohol. And what's it do to your liver? There have been people who have been, an autopsy has been done. They never touched alcohol in their life and their liver was destroyed. And the only reason they could find was because they were heavy sugar eaters. And that sugar turned to alcohol and destroyed their liver. So please keep that in mind. The last thing I'll mention is fish. Actually, no, it's not the last thing. Fish high in mercury. Mercury is a neurological poison. It can be stored for long periods of time in animal tissues. It can be found in fish like mackerel, shark, predatory fish especially. What do you suppose I'm going to mention today that is found in? Tuna. Exactly. Definitely limit the amount of tuna that you eat. Salmon can have it. It's less likely, but it can. Yeah. Actually, a lot of different fish can have it. The thing is, it passes the blood-brain barrier and gets directly into the brain. For developing fetuses and young children, mercury can disrupt the brain development and destroy cell components, possibly leading to developmental delays and deficits. What did we put in our vaccinations for our children? Yes, amongst other heavy metals. It's shameful. It's also outlawed in Europe.
It's terrible.
Common fish that have less of that would be, actually freshwater fish would be a better option. So if you want to eat fish, find a fisherman.
Well, you've got to be careful because in the state of Maine, there's dioxins in many of the rivers, so,
Well,
and it's a problem.
You're stealing my thunder.
Okay, sorry.
Another one is tilapia. Has anyone seen where tilapia is grown sometimes?
Yeah.
Tilapia. It's a clean fish. if it's grown in clean water, a lot of the places where they grow tilapia are just really nasty, really bad. So anyways, whatever you have for fish, make sure it's in clean water. And, yes?
Cilantro and parsley do not detox your body.
Yes.
Repeat that, Bill, please, we couldn't hear.
Would you say
Dr. Zach.
cilantro and what else?
Parsley.
Parsley and cilantro can help detoxify your body of heavy metals. Bottom line, your diet has a big impact on your brain health and can impact everything from your physical, emotional, and psychological health. Ultra processed foods, alcohol, foods high in sugar, trans fats, and artificial sweeteners will affect different parts of the brain. These may negatively impact memory, learning, executive function, which is coordination, and likely increase the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. And I didn't obviously read all my notes. I do have like 4 copies here, if anyone would like to look at them. I'm not going to hand them out right now. Get them after the sermon. So people will be reading. Thank you.
Thank you.